How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what's up nerds? Let's make sure the mic's working first. Looks like it's picking up my volume and we are golden. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to a brand new week of stonk markets where stonks only go up. That's a lie. For the last 3 days, at least for the last 3 business days, the markets have been going down. But back to stonks only going up, baby. Gotta love it. You know, we got the Biden news over almost said long weekend. We got the Biden news over the weekend. We had the Crowdstrike failure on Friday. You know, all kinds of events taking place. But the Biden news, we expected him dropping out to take the market a little bit higher. We got that. The QQQ went higher. S&P 500 went higher. And the IWM ripped to the north side. So pretty interesting moves on the market. But is this move sustainable? Is the uptrend back into the market? Are we already at a bottom after hitting 5%? So those are the questions we want to ask. Those are the questions we want to answer. And that's the point of the stream, right? That's the point of the stream. Welcome. I'm your host, TraderPrad. If you're new to the stream, we stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. and on Sunday, 6 p.m. We talk about markets, we talk about chart setups for the next day, and we also play a little chess at the end of the stream. So if you're here to have some fun with me, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and check out my links in the description below. But let's get the party started, because we have quite a bit to talk about. Before we do that though, I usually always say hello to my wonderful viewers in the chat. If you're watching me on Twitch or on Twitter, let me know. Don't be a stranger. Don't be that random lurker that doesn't say anything. But as I see, I got people messaging me on YouTube already. We got TH, Dieter, Momo, and Angry Buddha in the house. What's up, people? How'd your day go? Did you smack the markets today? Did you get long and make them riches? Or did you short Crowdstrike and make them riches? What'd you trade? Put it in the chat. Would love to see what you guys did. Dieter, what's up, brother? TH asking me, is that the Crowdstrike CEO meme or a meme mugshot? No, it's a Crowdstrike CEO. Obviously, with everything that's been happening with Crowdstrike, kind of had to use the Crowdstrike CEO's face over there. Momo, very interested in mRNA and Disney. Disney is a longer wait, but mRNA looking good. Okay. I'll do you a favor. I'll take a look at mRNA later on, but the Disney is on the watch list, so we'll talk about Disney somewhere down the watch list. Dieter, we still under 5 daily moving average. Not sure yet. He's talking about the QQQ and the S&P 500, I believe, which are obviously still looking a little weak on the market. Angry Buddha, my SOXL gave a layup today. That's the semiconductor ETF? SOXL? Or is that the SPY? SOXL should be the 3 times leveraged semiconductor ETF, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. There's so many stocks out there. 3 times semi. Okay, so my memory did serve me right. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, Nvidia went up today. I think AMD went up too. I'm not sure how much AMD went up. If I can even find AMD in my long list of stocks over here. Let's see. AMD went up by 2.8%. Timothy Bear Lemaine clearly did not have fun today in the market because he's short. He's very short biased. Hey, Timothy, don't be short biased because stocks only go up, baby. Stocks only go, let me hear it, chat, up. That's right. 12.6% to the north side on the semiconductor ETF. Wow, let's go semis. Hexa, 3% gain on my 23K account today on MIRA, CMAX, and Tesla. I traded MIRA. That was a wild stock. Hoping Tesla earnings are good tomorrow. I have a swing from 170. 170 is actually a pretty damn good price. So we'll see. We'll see if Tesla can help you out on that earnings board tomorrow after hours. If you're interested to see how Tesla reported, make sure to tune in to the stream tomorrow at 8 o'clock because we're going to be reading all about that earnings report. So why don't we go to the full screen now, look at all the stocks that are on my watch list for tomorrow and what's in store for tonight's stream. So let's go to the full screen. Boppity boopity boop. Where is... I have so many tabs open, I don't even know where it is. Don't tell me I closed it. I'm gonna be so upset if I closed it. No shot I closed it. No shot I closed it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. You should be here. That confused me. This should be here, not there. So this is, as most of you know, your earnings board. Tonight after hours, no real big names that I specifically care to read earnings about or even trade tomorrow. Cleveland Cliffs is a name that I have traded before, but the daily chart just looks horrible. Even if we go to the after hour move, I'm expecting nothing to be there. I mean, yeah, that's not very exciting for me. There's better names right now in the market to trade, but however, if you're interested in the names that reported after hours, here are some of the names. Cliffs, Nucor, which is another steels company if I remember correctly, SAP, NXPI, Crown. So a bunch of names here reporting, none of which I really care for because tomorrow pre-market we got way better names reporting. Spotify, UPS, GE, GM, Coca-Cola, Lockheed Martin, even Philip Morris and Comcast in the list of stocks that I care more about than any of the stocks that reported today after hours. So tomorrow pre-market, very, very heavy. Big names. I guess big names are really Tesla and Alphabet, but comparing to the ones that reported today after hours, we got some big names reporting tomorrow. So lots of fun in the pre-market for us to play with. Why don't we bring in the watch list over here to show you what stocks we have on store for tomorrow. So Spotify, UPS, GE, GM, Coca-Cola, Lockheed Martin, Philip Morris, Verizon Mobile, which reported earnings today morning pre-market, Disney, which is crashing to the ground after breaking that 96 area. We called out that 96 short for you on Thursday's stream, if I remember correctly. We called it out, and if you took advantage of it, Disney is going to the downside, and now there's an additional catalyst for Disney's destruction. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. Palantir, just a stock that I've been watching for the last, I don't know, 5 years. Serve and Mira. These are small cap stocks. Serve is a stock that recently caught some traction because Nvidia apparently invested in them, like they invested in SoundHound. Last time that news came out, SoundHound, SOUN, started going all crazy, and Serve joining that side basically. So watching Serve, and MIRA, another small cap stock that went up 500% today. So kind of insane to see stocks go up 500%. I had a nice long on this stock today. We'll see if this one sets up for more moves tomorrow. tomorrow, and after that we just basically have our go-to watch list, the Magnificent Seven, the semiconductors, the cryptocurrency basket, which actually had an insane rally. Coinbase had an insane rally today. And then obviously you have the large cap and also the small cap ETFs, QQQ, S&P 500, and IWM. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our watch list for tomorrow. So why don't we start? Oh, I forgot to add one of the main stocks on the watch list, Crowdstrike. So I'm going to put Crowdstrike right above Disney, CRWD. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Are none of my buttons working? There you go. That should work now. Hey! My buttons are not working! That's so sad. Now I have to do this shit manually. Alright, so here's the watch list. As you guys can see, I'm just adding Crowdstrike to my watch list. And Crowdstrike's ATR should be around $15-20. Crowdstrike, what's your ATR? 18.40. So just gonna put that in there. I forgot my buttons are not working. God damn it, I hate when that happens. So Crowdstrike, $18.40. Now we have our watch list fully locked and loaded. This allows us to start going through the watch list. At the top of the list, we have Spotify. Spotify, which is, look at that. The earnings report from February 2024 has showed support continuously since that report, whereas the earnings report from April 2024 showed a little bit of support, and now we're pinching between the two anchored VWAPs. This is a classic anchored VWAP pinch setup from our friends over at Alpha Trends. There's a full chapter about this. Basically, you're waiting for the stock to either break out of this anchored VWAP or this anchored VWAP, and then after breaking out, pull back and show you that there's support on that anchored VWAP, or break down, pull back and show you that there's sellers on that anchor VWAP, at which point you get short right over here with your stop at that most recent high, or a long over here with the stop at the most recent low, allowing you to get long for a big ride down or a big ride up on a swing term scale. So anchored VWAP pin setup coming in perfectly over right now, going into Spotify's earnings tomorrow pre-market. If we ignore that and just look at the technicals too, Spotify is at basically like all-time highs, right? We're not that far from all-time highs on Spotify. If I remember recently, they were talking about PDFs, or not PDFs, audiobooks on their platform. I saw a little bit about audiobooks on their platform. Honestly, ever since Joe Rogan stopped streaming on Spotify, he had an exclusive Spotify deal, right? Ever since that exclusive Spotify deal fell apart, well, not fell apart, it's a non-exclusive Spotify deal now. He's still in deal with Spotify, but it's a non-exclusive, means he can go on YouTube and still stream on YouTube. So ever since then, I just stopped paying for Spotify Premium. I'm sure a lot of people are in that same boat. YouTube Premium is actually way more beneficial for me than paying for Spotify Premium, so I stopped paying for it. So I haven't really tracked how Spotify has been doing on their app for quite some time now. But the important metrics tomorrow obviously will be the daily active user base, the amount of revenue, the EPS, I'm not sure if there is a metric about audiobooks that's going to be, and even if there is a metric about audiobooks coming out, if that's going to be impactful enough as a trade. So I'm not even going to bother looking for that catalyst in the earnings report, but waiting to see if we can get that anchor VWAP pinch, go through the 52-week high, or push back to the most recent earnings low, at which point, you know, it could easily bounce off of that for a long. And if the report is really bad, a break past this area opens up a real downside for this stock, opens up a lot of downside. From here, the next room to the downside is about $17, so a lot of room down there to $250 if we're not able to stay above 266, 265 area on Spotify on some sort of a positive report or even a negative report. Let's quickly pull in options AI and see what. My password wrong? How? Was my caps lock on? It was. Okay, Let's load in Options AI and see what they are expecting. These guys use, obviously it has AI in their name, so I think they use AI. I expect them to use AI at some degree, but they basic math, right? They're using how options are priced in, implied volatility, and all other options metrics to calculate the given range of a stock on earnings reports, or even on a weekly, monthly basis. You can basically pick the time frame that you want to see it at. So on the expected move for options for Spotify, they're looking at a 9.6%, a move up to 323, or a move down to, look at that, 266.98. Exactly where that area is, 267 to 265 area, right at the low of the previous earnings bottom. So that's, let me just quickly just get that marker. The low is 267.76. So I'm just gonna put in 267.5 all the way to 265 as my first zone of support. Under that, I want to see how this 250 area plays out if we do break below. Now, on a positive report, the stock is expected to go much higher than the 52-week high. The 52-week high is, I think, 319. Yeah, 319.30, and we're expecting it to go about $323, $324. Right now, I'm just gonna mark in the 52-week high as the resistance. I'm not gonna put in 323 or whatever that number that Options AI is saying. It's good to have that number on your notes, in your watch list, or whatever. But I'm more interested to see how the stock reacts at the resistance areas that are already clearly visible on the chart. So Spotify, positive report. Do you break 320 and find buyers above 320? If you don't find buyers above 320, why am I saying like that? 320, if you're not finding buyers above 320, then it's just no long for me, right? It's going to be hard for me to think long if buyers are not being aggressive above $320. Notice how I'm not even saying 319, 319.50, because if that's the most recent high, I want to see buyers being aggressive, fighting for their shares. They don't care how high the price is. They're fighting for it. Their fists are up, they're balled up, and they're ready to throw jabs, right? So I want to see buyers being aggressive and sellers being scared. And you can see that when buyers are buying above 320 and being crazy. That would open up some room for the upside. Josh in the chat, John in the chat, what's up, baby? How you guys doing? It's 8 p.m. That means it's time to get my watch list in order for tomorrow. And who better to plan than your boy TraderPrad. I appreciate the love, brother. I appreciate the love. I don't know why people listen to Joe Rogan. He does very poor questioning some of the anti-science crazies on it. I like Joe Rogan. You don't like Joe Rogan, you don't have to listen to him. I've always been a Joe Rogan fan. You know, so I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan. I think he doesn't do a bad job at questioning it. He just does not know better. He's a comedian at first, right? He's a comedian who started podcasting to shit talk about random stuff with his comedian friends. And that turned into a whole thing that he never pictured happening, which is talking to scientists, talking to smart people. He himself claims that he's not smart. He's just the guy who decided to open up a show where he wants to talk shit with his friends on stream. That's all it was. And it turned into something else. So expecting a comedian to bring in science level questions that maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson or you know, I don't know, some scientist to bring in is crazy. Like, there's a reason why those podcasts exist too. I'm a big fan of what's that guy's name? Huberman Labs. The Huberman podcast is one of the greatest scientific podcasts you will ever listen to. You want to listen to science, you go to the right avenues. You don't go to Joe Rogan to learn about science. Yeah, he talks to scientists. They're fun conversations. You don't go to him to learn about science, right? That's how I view it. So if you are going to that for that reason and you're getting upset at it, that's on you. That's on you. That's why average Joes like him. Exactly. Like, he's just a normal comedian, normal dude who just decided to do normal things that turned out to be abnormal, absolutely abnormal. Joe Rogan hosted Fear Factor on NBC back in the day, a gruesome show from back in the day. Yeah, I remember watching Fear Factor when I used to live in India. I remember watching that back in India, and then that's where obviously I was a fan of him, and then I became a UFC fan, and then seeing him in the UFC made me even bigger fan of him, and then I got put onto the Joe Rogan experience, and then I'm a Joe Rogan experience guy. Anyways, let's get back to the market. Spotify at the top of the list tomorrow. Let's see how they report. We got beautiful supports mapped out. We got resistances mapped out, and Options AI expecting a 9.6% move. Is that right? Yeah, 9.6% move tomorrow. NASCAR all out, saying, can you compare Mira with HEPA today? Both out with 8 a.m. PRs. PRs, like PR meaning personal records. HEPA closed down 23%, while Mira was up 500%. Any idea what the difference was? I will more than gladly take a look at it for you, but I'm not really a small cap guy, so I can't tell you exactly why one did better than the other. There could be news behind it. The problem with these stocks, honestly, they're playing games, right? All small cap stocks at the end of the day is just a game. It's a video game controlled by whoever's pumping it or whoever's dumping it. Now, the person who's pumping HEPA probably did not have enough pump power to pump it, and the sellers came in and absolutely sold it off. Whereas for Mira, the person pumping Mira clearly had enough buying power, enough money to pump the shit out of it. Oh, press release, thank you, press release. To pump the shit out of it, and it just kept getting pumped. So that's point number one for the small caps. Now, press releases, obviously, they have some weight in it too. Depends on what stock had a bigger press release than the other. Did Mira actually have FDA catalyst approval of some sort, phase 1, phase 2? You know, there's a bunch of factors in there that I did not take a look at. I actually did not even know HEPA was in play today, but I traded MIRA. I had a nice long right into this 360 area, and I got out most of my size before $5. That was a pretty easy long, but I did not know about Mira until it broke $2 and it started halting all crazy. So I did not really know about this stock until $2. I'm not a small cap guy, so I don't go out there scanning for small cap stocks. I look for Crowdstrike, Spotify's, and UPS and so on. But when a trade shows up with such a beautiful setup, it's hard for me to not take it. To continue with your question over there, you know, what is the differences? It's for me, it's very technical and not fundamental, which is honestly probably not the right answer for stocks like this, right? The fundamental is a little important, which is what was the news? Is the news really good? Is the news really bad? For me, I'm just trading technically sound. Bull flag over here, $2 break. I wish I would have had that. I didn't. Over here into 359. After the stock halted all the way up to 380, pulled back from 380 and went up to 359. There was a seller of 700,000 shares at 359, not allowing the stock to go higher. That is a beautiful trade. Now, you can go short in front of that size. It's called front running. You can go short in front of that size and use that size as your stop, which a lot of people did, right? A lot of people did, and they were expecting that buyer to be a bully. Maybe that buyer bullies the stock to the downside by moving their price lower and lower and lower. That never happened. So I figured there's a lot of shorts in this area, and all of those shorts are using this 360 as their resistance, as their stop. If this stock actually breaks that 700,000 share lots at 360, I keep mixing up my numbers, I'm sorry. If that stock actually breaks that 700,000 shares barrier at 360, we could have an insane pop to the north side. So that was my trade idea. It broke it. It gave you the pop. It halted all the way to the upside. I'm done with the trade. Nice, easy long for myself. That was it. I didn't even trade HEPA. That was it for me. The volume profile after the PR did look better on MIRA. I like the stocks that can run and then consolidate on low volume. That high a day break can be very powerful after that. Hey, good point. HEPA was much heavier volume, really. HEPA did, I guess, 7 million shares only, right? Only 7 million shares. Maybe you had a lot more volume in pre-market compared to Mira. Right? But Mira did obviously 158 million shares compared to HEPA's 7 million shares. Also, HEPA's 30-day average is only 265 shares, whereas Mira's 30-day average is 6 million. Maybe today's action kind of makes that number go crazy, but yeah, I'm pretty sure today's number makes that number go up, that average go up. I'm almost 100% sure about that. I don't give too much thought to news events. The price action is the price action, basically. That's how I look at it. I mean, news does matter. Like, look at the Crowdstrike thing, right? The news first comes into play to affect the stock, and then the price action obviously is king. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard that. Price action is king, and when price action dictates that we're going to break the pre-market low on the news day, this stock is very goddamn weak. If we're going to break the pre-market low on the news day and actually close under it, this stock is very, very weak. All right. Why don't we go back to our watch list real quick, going through stocks that are reporting tomorrow. Let's quickly... Oh, wow. I still have this. This is hilarious. I didn't remove these drawings. So these were the drawings that I had planned out when UPS was in this area. You can see how I drew the circle. UPS was in this area. We were planning for a short on the break of this area or a long on that support. Looks like the long actually played out. We've yet to push back into this resistance for us to break out of. I guess I can delete these pictures now. I haven't looked at UPS since then, surprisingly enough, apparently, because if I did, I would have removed those pictures. Anyways, UPS, beautiful hold of this area and a breakout. If UPS reports bad and we go back into this area and actually break this area and find sellers under this area, key word, not only break, but find sellers under this area, that opens up some real downside on UPS. Now, if the report's bad and we flush here and hold this area, there could be somewhat of a long from whatever that line is to whatever that line is. So a little bit of a long in that box consolidation for UPS. If the report is good and we still pull back to somewhere here and then bounce, I like that trade. I like this trade. I also like this trade. And I also like this trade. So here are the 4 ideas that I have on UPS, or even this. Right? Here are 4 ideas that I have on UPS that I'm looking to play out tomorrow. So if we get a pop into these areas, I'm more so looking to fade those pops. If we get a drop into those areas, I'm more so looking to buy these drops. But if we actually get below this drop and find selling under here, that opens up downside. And if we get above these highs and find buying above here, that opens up upside. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. UPS. GE. Wow, I love it. I love it. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I love it. Okay, so look at this little consolidation high into GE, and then we kind of false broke into it and pop back. Beautiful breakout from that flag, giving you a long. And ever since we broke out of that area has been held consistently as a support. And surprisingly enough, I have a line coming all the way from 2016. So a 2016 high is being respected as a support, and right below that we have another little support area, and right below that we see that there was a buyer not too long ago, right into April 19th 2024 area. We see that there was a buyer who was very aggressive and pushed the stock back up. Lots of buying action over here. We also have the anchored VWAP from January earnings report that could clearly act as support. That's the clear break of trend, right? I mean, the characteristics changed from $40. Never mind, this stock is crazy. But GE Aerospace.
AUNY Butterfly.
Jesus, that scared the shit out of me, man. What the hell? Don't scare me like that.
What's up, white boy Pratt? Cool.
What's up, white boy Pratt? I'm not white, but the thumbnail is white. The thumbnail is a white boy Pratt, isn't it? I get it. I get it. What's up, Auni? Our Twitter connoisseur. where was I? GE, that's right. So this monthly high from 2016 on GE now turning into a support. If we get a good report, are you telling me GE is going into $200? Let's wait and find out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wait and find out. Lots of things setting up over here. Beautiful consolidation into the 52-week high, holding a 2016 high as a support. What more do you need? What more do you need? GM, what do you look like? I mean, I'm not a fan of trading GM. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a fan of trading GM or Ford. But if it comes to trading GM or Ford, it's gonna most likely be GM. That being said, look at Ford. Oh my God. Look at Ford here at $14, $15. Insane rally
Butterfly donated
breaking out.
$1.99
Now I can understand why Momo
chat.
keeps
What's
singing
up, white
Ford,
boy
Ford,
Pratt?
Ford in
Cool.
my stream every single day. That being said, doesn't mean I'm still gonna execute on it. 1645 looks like an absolute barrier. That's from 2021 January. We've kind of double top, triple top this area. We've got an insane support into $11, into $10, breakout of 14 again, and maybe GM, General Motors earnings report tomorrow pre-market gives Ford a little bit of a sympathy pump up a little more. But if you look at the daily chart on Ford, I mean, that's textbook overextended. This is textbook overextended. Friday, we got the day one of sell-off. Today, we got a little bit of sell-off, but that got bought right back up. That got bought right back up. So, this is looking a lot like Tesla now. This is looking a lot like Tesla, where I could see the stock doing this. Right? And then we get something like that, and then a breakout off either way. So, this is looking a lot like Tesla, where the first day of sell-off has come in, but the second day was not really how it should be if it's going to be sold off, because this looks overextended. However, we overextended, consolidated, overextended, got sold off, and now buyers are coming in at previous highs. Looks like Ford has the momentum that the traders need for the upside. Let's see if GM helps it out. Since we were on GM though, let's quickly go back to GM. You can see how this the prior 52-week high, an absolute resistance turning into support. So if GM pushes down over here into the support area, there's the opportunity to look long. You can see how there's basically 3 support areas over here on GM. I don't think GM breaks $42 no matter how bad the report is, right? Maybe I shouldn't say that. I'll take my words back. If the report is really bad, yeah, we break 42. But I think tomorrow, if we do go down to 42, there's a good long opportunity here on GM. But if the report is good and we start breaking out, this is very similar to how Ford set up, right? This is very similar to how Ford set up into this resistance. See how it rallied, consolidated, and then broke out? Very similar. So GM rallied, let's do that, rallied, consolidated, failed, broke, and now getting ready to break out higher. So GM getting ready for somewhat of a squeeze. I shouldn't say squeeze because it's not a highly shorted stock. I'm guessing it's not. Let's go take a look at it. Yeah, it's not a highly shorted stock, 5% short flow, but looking for some sort of a pop and run past $50.50 here on GM on a good earnings report. Let's see if that can play out for us. Next stock, Coca-Cola. Now I want a Coca-Cola. I actually do have Coca-Cola at home. Maybe I should go get some. Nah. Well, nah. No pop. Okay, no pop. Fuck pop. Coca-Cola. Beautiful move so far. They had that Ozempic crisis. I guess a lot of stocks had Ozempic crisis. Was this the Ozempic or not? That's COVID. This is the Ozempic crisis. Walmart, a lot of food places all got slapped to the downside when Ozempic was going crazy. I mean, Ozempic is still crazy, right? There's so much shortage on Ozempic. I think the world government predicts that about 70% of the population will be on Ozempic. I don't know what timeline they said, but it's crazy to think that. It's crazy. Look at the stock. These are the people who made Ozempic, right? Look at this stock. Insane. So Coca-Cola ever since, however, has recovered a little bit. I wouldn't call Coca-Cola a day trading stock. This is like a investing stock. That's why I'm not. You see how my excitement in my voice has kind of died down talking about Coca-Cola here. It's just not a day trading stock. So I'm not that interested for this one. It's kind of in the GM basket for me. I'm more so interested to trade LMT tomorrow, which doesn't really do too much volume. But LMT on a good earnings report, breakout to the high side, that's looking way better than Coca-Cola for me, right? So LMT, a high price stock, low volume. That means the spread's going to be insane. Be ready to give it $5 to $10 of risk at any point. Right? Be ready to give $5 to $10 of risk at any point. It's going to be a crazy stock to keep a watch on. Usually what I do is I trade RTX as a sympathy to LMT. They're both the same companies, Lockheed Martin and Raytheon Technology. They're both aerospace and defense. I think Raytheon actually makes the Israel's Iron Dome technology machine, whatever you want to call it, and Lockheed Martin obviously produces the fighter jets and so on for America and the allies. So if LMT reports well, I'm interested to see how RTX does tomorrow. So keep this one on your watch list too. Let's head over to some cigarettos, cigarette smokers, some tobacco producers. Speaking about tobacco, time for a lip pillow. Take a lip pillow break, chat. This segment is sponsored by... Nah, I'm joking. No free advertisements. You gotta pay me for the ad space, baby. Because we are a big YouTuber. Alright? Big channel here. And if you want my viewers to get your product's name out there, you gotta cough up some cash, baby. Cough up some cash. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Let's see. Forward earnings have me on my edge of my seat. I am ready to sell if those downticks in the aftermarket. When does Ford report? Wednesday. I like it. Crowd needs to prove things to shareholders at the moment. May take a bit. Yeah, we'll talk about Crowd very soon. It's actually a couple more stocks down the watch list. The volume profile, oh, I already read that. Thank you, NASCAR all out. Yeah, it should be more specific. Volume was heavier. Never mind, I already read that too. Going down the list over here. Shh, I thought you're the one posting. Shh. Oh yeah, fuck, I screwed it up myself. Also, not Twitter, X. Didn't Elon say he's gonna change the name back to Twitter? Oh no, he posted a poll on X asking people if it should change it back to Twitter or not. I think that's what it was. Momo, you've had a solid Ford trade before. Keep rinse and repeating. I swear that's all she trades. That's all she trades. Moderna, Ford. Ford, Moderna. Moderna, Ford. Ford, Moderna. And sometimes she salt bays on Pfizer. She just goes sprinkle salt bay Pfizer. Brings in the PFE on that bitch. She said Moderna today, though. Let's quickly go take a look at Moderna. I mean, woof. That is a pop and a fail, and support being built in. Momo, I like it. Momo, I like it. Good call out. This actually shows you a lot of buying. Look at that. We held this area, popped, rejected, got bought right back up, and now we're holding above the anchored view up. Momo, this actually looks like a good setup. I think even on a swing term basis, this is a good long. If you go long right here into 120 and put your stop under 114, about $6 stop, there is more than $6 worth of reward potential to the upside. So I like the trade. Obviously, everything I say is not financial advice. Do not make trading decisions off of my callouts. But if you do, you'll be very profitable as you have seen so far. But everything I do, disclaimer, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I cannot advise you how to trade. Okay. After Philip Morris, no, we didn't even go to Philip Morris. Let's go to Philip Morris. Tobacco. I love tobacco. No, I don't. I love nicotine. I hate tobacco. one of those boomer stocks again. ATR of $1.49, which is actually not a bad ATR if you ask me. $1.49 is not bad, and if the report is good, Timothy, how you doing, Timothy? If the report is good, you know, I'm expecting about 8 million shares traded. I'm expecting about, what was the ATR again? ATR is $1.49. I'm expecting about $3 worth of move intraday. So we'll see if Philip Morris sets up for something like that. But this is, again, just another boomer stock that doesn't get me too excited. It's not a stock that will get me excited to wake up in the morning, jump out of the bed, and take a cold shower, right? It's not one of those stocks. Verizon, look at that call out, baby. The tobacco is hitting me right now, or the nicotine is hitting me right now. Ooh, I'm feeling it, chat. I'm feeling it. My stomach is turned. All that tobacco saliva is hitting me all at once. Anyways, Verizon reported today pre-market, missed on EPS. Hit on revenue, missed on revenue, hit on EPS. So basically a flat nothing burger report. We said we want to see 38.50 being weak and finding sellers under 38.50. It never did that, so that gave you a long opportunity. That call out worked. Tomorrow it'll be important to see if the stock can break under this, or can it actually get back above this 40 area, 39 area, and find buyers above that. So we'll be watching Verizon for a day 2 opportunity. But with the way we set up so far, the day 2 opportunity should look like this. The stock should pop, reject, break today's low, and die. So that's the idea for Verizon for me to see how it moves. Now, let's go to the main name for tomorrow. The main name probably for a couple more days until the story dilutes and we get to see the bigger picture. Right? So let's talk about said bigger picture. I'm watching Top 9 Moments from Season 7, Men's Pod Edition, 60 days in. Anyways, where is it? Right here. Time for headphones, guys. Time for headphones. Pull out your headphones if you haven't already. See, this is what I find weird. I have people watching me on X every single day. 10 to 20 people, at the very least. More people watching me on X than any other platform. But X is the only chat that has no messages ever. I'm convinced that Elon is actually tricking these numbers. I'm convinced, because this is bullshit. This is absolutely bullshit. How am I getting more views on X every single day, but no one messages on X? Right? No one messages on X. This guy is view botting Twitter streams. Disprove me, Elon. Elon, show me the code and disprove my theory, because I believe you are view botting streams. Now, I'm not upset. I love having 10 viewers, but it sucks that nobody messages on that platform. I'd rather have 0 viewers if I'm getting view botted. So Elon, stop view botting me and prove it to me that these are real viewers. Anyways, we're on Crowdstrike. It's time to talk about my boy, Jimmy Cramer. Jimmy Boy never fails. The king of begging for liquidity for banks. If there is another guy who's better than begging for liquidity for banks and hedge funds, name one. Name one, please. Look at this clown.
One company that seems to be immune because it's now the king of cyber, which is Crowdstrike. Now they report June 4th. This company has yet to miss a quarter since it came public. George Kurtz, and they have a terrific business. That's the last remaining domino, and I don't think that domino is going to fall. One company that seems to be immune.
Well, guess what, Jimmy Boy? The dominoes have done toppled.
Now they report
the dominoes have done toppled. Absolute shill for banks and things. And why do I say that? Look at this. Deutsche Bank today, right? Calls it a hold, targets it at 350. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And if you read this paper here, they're talking about how it's a great buy. And they're going to fix all the issues. And everything's okay. Nothing's wrong. You were going to post this report. You actually, right here, our initial reaction on Friday was seeing a 10% pullback, blah, 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 blah. They were going to post this report, but they couldn't because of the CrowdStrike failure. They were going to post it on July 19th. And they couldn't because of the CrowdStrike failure. And they posted it today. And even more downside. Even more downside. This is Deutsche Bank. This is a bank sending memos to their investors, to their accounts, telling people to go and buy this. Now, why is this a bad call? Let's dive deeper. Let's dive deeper. I need to go to my personal Discord and grab a link. Where can I find... Where's this link? Where did I post it? Oh, right here. It's on my profile. That's right. It's on my profile. Right here. So, this CEO, the CrowdStrike CEO, was also involved in another global tech disaster from back in the day of 2010. What was that? McAfee. McAfee, the antivirus. He was the chief technology officer of this company when this company bricked thousands of computers by sending an update. Guess what happened July 19th? The same fucking thing. The same thing happened again. What? How can you let the same thing happen twice under your rule? So this guy, I imagine he's getting fired very soon, right? This is all going to be dug out, and people are going to pull out, and they're going to find out, and he's getting fired. Now, when he gets fired, there will be a little bounce on the... Look at this, 128 viewers and not a single effing message? Come on, dude. Viewbotting at its best. Viewbotting at its best. Thank you, Papa Elon, for viewbotting my streams. Anyways, so I believe he's gonna get hunted down and fired for his mistakes and so on. But here's the key story for CrowdStrike. Shout out to Nico Invest on Twitter. X.com. Shout out to Nico Invest on X.com. He posts very little, but when he posts, boy, is it gold. So CrowdStrike priced in at 25 times revenue. Negligent update, we saw that. Nuked customers' computers, and that was not a wrong word to use. Yeah, a lot of computers fixed themselves very quickly, but a lot of computers and data centers and servers are still offline, and they need to go in, manually remove CrowdStrike from their computer. Microsoft came out with a recovery tool, which basically all it does is goes into the back end and deletes CrowdStrike from the computer. Okay, you understanding this? So mission critical outages like hospitals, no operations were possible. 911 calls were not going through. No suspect records, no anything were coming through. Airlines. Imagine if a terrorist was trying to cross the borders on July 19th, how easy it could have been for them. In India, they were handing out boarding passes, writing on a piece of paper. Okay, so mission critical outages, $10 billion in damages that they're gonna have to probably pull out of their own pocket because they're getting sued to the ground. High litigation risk. Well, that litigation risk is now a check mark because they are getting sued. Near-term growth is over. You were priced in at 25 times revenue, and that revenue is going to decline because people like Elon, maybe even Microsoft, and maybe even bigger companies out there who don't want the next big failure like this to happen. You could see companies like hospitals, airlines, and 911 operators maybe even moving stuff back to physical centers instead of a cloud center that will screw things up. Hospitals probably learned so much from this mess up that happened recently that they need to realize, yo, we can't put everything on the cloud because if internet goes down, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. So I can see hospitals moving framewares back out of cloud and putting it back into actual physical on-site servers and so on. That's hit for CrowdStrike, right? So I can see a lot of money going out of CrowdStrike's pocket. Here is that suing that here's the litigation that's facing CrowdStrike. So lots and lots of trouble here that they're in, and I don't think the downside's over yet. Like the shorts started, yeah, we got 2 back-to-back big down days, but this has got a bigger story in it, bigger story. So let's see when the CEO gets fired. If he gets fired, how big of a pop do we get? How do those pops react on sell-offs? And the biggest indication right now of this stock being in trouble is not being able to reclaim the pre-market low on July 19th. The pre-market low on July 19th, we tried to reclaim it, but we failed to reclaim it. Ooh, I didn't want to do that, but we failed to reclaim it, and we actually closed below that area, right? So 270 to 260 is that range now, and if we pop into 270, reject 270, and go back down to 260, there's a short there. And notice how today's VWAP is exactly at 270. There you go. So I want to see that 270 area coming into play tomorrow, reject off of that 270 and give me a short that I can build into, and then add more size on the way down and add more size on the break of today's low. That's my setup on CrowdStrike. Let's go to the chat here. I think the chat has been saying some things. I've been ignoring the chat because I don't want to lose my train of thought. It's very easily for me to do that. My brain goes all over the place. So I just had to go on my rant over there about CrowdStrike. All right, let's go to the chat. Angry Buddha, it ain't white stuff doesn't interest traders? Huh? What's up, Prad? I'm scrambling on Tesla at the moment, covering my shorts. Got 300 calls for September and 150 puts for October. So you're playing, what's that thing called? The iron condor or the spread or the butterfly? I don't know options, but there's a theory, right? Like you sell puts and you buy calls or something like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to sit back and keep the ink full in my printer. I like it, Luke. I like it. Yeah, Tesla. I mean, we'll talk about Tesla in a second. Prad, put some respect on Coke name. I day trade it often, just using options, my guy. That might be a good enough of a, strategy on Coca-Cola to trade. I have traded Coca-Cola on earnings names. I'm not saying it's a bad stock to trade. I just think there's better stocks to trade. That was just my point on Coca-Cola. It's on my watch list, right? It's on my watch list. So I will be watching it and seeing how it reports. I sold my mRNA swings this year. Yeah, that was a beautiful trade. Squawk 2. Okay, Diner, I see you. Your main people are probably here. That's why. Damn right, Momo. Damn right. Elon living in your head rent-free. Always. We got Blind Jedi in the house. We got Victoria in the house. What's up, baby? How you guys doing? My poor Jimmy, his first books got me into trading. I've never read his book, although I have heard that his books are really good. And this comes from $1 million trader who gets upset every time I make fun of Jim. He gets upset every time I make fun of Jim. But maybe I should read his book. I'll give it a read. So sad to see the veils come off. I mean, look, you either live long enough, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Right? I think Jimmy has lived long enough to see himself become the villain at this point. Maybe I should off myself very soon because I don't want to see myself become the villain. No, I'm joking, chat. I'm joking. We don't want to talk. We don't want no conversations like that. Okay. I would give him a pass on Crowd. The situation was really unexpected. You can't fault him on the fundamentals. He talked about CrowdStrike the day after the outage, when the stock's trading 25 times revenue. And does he not have the simple concept of other companies probably will stop using CrowdStrike and go to different companies? Why put all our eggs in the same basket? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Jimmy, I feel like Jimmy is under a contract. I honestly believe Jimmy is under a contract, because how can someone who's this legendary and profitable have such a bad track record? It simply doesn't make sense. Now, if you go around it and think about what benefit Jimmy actually has by shilling out these names, a lot of benefit, right? He might be getting a paycheck from the back. You know, he might be getting a back rub, a foot rub from JP Morgan. Anytime a hedge fund comes in and says, hey, pump my stock for me, I'll give you a nice rub and tug. He talks about it. He gets his rub and tug. He doesn't lose on it. Right? He doesn't lose on it, but who does? The people who he convinces to buy it. And at this point, we've seen that inverse Kramer is the best. Inverse Kramer is the best. TraderPrad 128 plus. I mean, look, absolute view botting. Absolute view botting. Not a single chatter out of 120. If you're watching me right now on Twitter or on x.com, say hi. If you don't say hi, 136 of you are view botting me. That's it. I'm actually going to make this a rant. I'm making this a rant. I'm tagging Elon too. What is X's goddamn? There you go. X. Angry Buddha, I see you messaging in there on my peripheral. I see you messaging in my peripheral, Angry Buddha. Maybe it's a scrolling live stream. I don't think it's easy to get the chat on the app. Really? Huh. Yeah, but are you watching me on mobile? And it's fairly easy right here, right? Like, hey, I can't even message. Oh, I can. Okay. I was gonna say I can't even message. What the hell? But I can't. I don't know, man. It's weird. X is weird. X is 100% view botting. I don't like it when Kramer talks about stocks I hold. I love it, Josh. I love it. Then buy Microsoft and short Crowdstrike. I mean, that's not a bad call, actually. That's not a bad call if you ask me. Sounds like you're selling a reason to go long Nvidia, lol. More for server demand. Exactly. More server demand. I don't disagree with that call out, Momo. I honestly believe that this mess that happened recently will make a lot of companies go back to physical on-site servers instead of cloud servers. I honestly believe that. Delta canceled 1,000 flights. Yeah, imagine how much money Delta lost. Now, is that Delta's fault? No. That's not Delta's fault, right? When was it 320 after that? I mean, it hit 320 on the day of. It hit 320 on the day of. So, oh, we were looking at Crowdstrike. There you go. It hit 315, 320 on the day of that drop. I actually remember that because I was looking for a long here. I was long right here. I can probably pull up my charts and show it to you guys. Hold up. Journal, July 19th. Crowdstrike, open original. There you go. So I actually went long right there. After it bottomed out, popped back into VWAP and started consolidating into VWAP, I went long. I got some out right there on that flush, and then I got stopped out at that low. But I was looking to add on the or take the breakout of 315 for a move up to 330. That never came into play, and that was the end of my trade on Crowdstrike. That was the end of my trade on Crowdstrike. And let me just show you my trade on Mira today. This was a fun trade. Open original. Here is the long on Mira. So right there, like I said, there was a seller into 359. Anyone who's short in this area, they have a big question to answer. Where is your stop? And they had to answer that fairly quickly after it broke that level and halted. They had to answer that question. Mira. So watching Mira tomorrow without a doubt. Let's quickly go back to my watch list because we're already at 9 o'clock and we wasted a lot of time talking about absolute nonsense and not about my watch list, which actually pisses me off. So let's go back to the watch list. We're on Crowdstrike. So looking to see how Crowdstrike sets up. I already mentioned my trade idea on that. I'm looking for a pop and sell off. No, if the stock is holding 270 and finding buyers above 270, there's no short for me anymore. There's no short for above 270. I'm looking long through 270 and then looking for a short near 300 or something around there. So let's see how Crowdstrike sets up. Disney. Man, oh man. Disney. I need to go to Twitter again. Or sorry, should I say X? Benzinga. So Disney. Isn't that funny? AMC restructuring news. AMC is a clown show, man. Clown show. Here we go. 99% of Disney's workforce is now authorized to have a strike. There goes Disney. And I think TH said that Disney's booking, what was it? Not booking. The cars in the parking lot are not as many as they are claiming or whatever. So yeah, I mean, we called out the short through 96 on Thursday, I believe, last Thursday. If 96 breaks, look to get short, and that played out pretty well. And now with the strike news, possibly more downside coming in. So Disney, any pops? Look short, because so far the trend is to the downside. Any pops should technically get sold off, and I want to join that ride down. Let's see if this bad boy goes there. By the way, I think X is showing total views, not active viewers. Really? No, that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, no, that's not true. It shows active viewers. Yeah, because I was watching Steve will do it, and the number was going lower and higher. Maybe it is total views. Maybe it is total views. Huh. Okay. Okay. Now I feel better because I thought I was getting view botted. Go check out this Jordan B. Peterson podcast with Elon Musk. It came out today. I'm going to listen to it off stream. Coming back to, however, our topics on hand over here. Disney looking short on pops. Palantir. I think Palantir still needs some time to mature. Right now it's just kind of holding off in this area. We've yet to break that $30, and I think with the way we're trading, the break of 30 is imminent. It's very, very it's not going to be one of those that rejects with the way we're trading. It looks like the buyers are being aggressive. We're getting higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We're not really getting higher highs because the seller at 30 is quite big. So we're not getting higher highs, but we're getting higher lows. Even on a down day on the market, we're getting higher lows on Palantir. So Palantir looks to be bullish at the moment and looks like it wants to rip past the north side. Serve. We had a long on Serve today. It had a nice pullback, but let's see what happens. This stock got recently announced that Nvidia invested in them. The last stock that had that news, which was SoundHound, went absolutely crazy. So this was SoundHound. When Nvidia said they are investing in them, I think it was right here. It went a little crazy, as you guys can see, and then normalized. So let's see if not Mira, SERV can give us some sort of a day 3 opportunity. Today was day 2. MIR8 today was day 1, went from a penny, or at least $1, sorry, to $5. So insane move, 600% up on the day. Another small cap stock. I'm not really good at small cap stocks, so I'm not going to go ahead and give you a trade plan because A, I don't have one. I don't have a trade plan, so I'm not going to give you one. But if I were to have a trade plan, it would be this same idea. That 359, 360 seller got destroyed. And then in the after hours, we basically held that same area. The 359, 360 area got held. So if by any chance tomorrow in the pre-market we pull back here and we hold, that is a very bullish sign. If we don't hold this area and pull back to, let's say, $2, it's not as bullish, but it's still a pretty bullish sign because yesterday's premium price, that's what the VWAP indicates. Yesterday's best price, sorry, no, I shouldn't say yesterday. Today's best price, or today's buyer's average price is the most premium price, the most best price that you can pay for tomorrow. If that's the case, the stock should look something like this. It goes here, does this, breaks, touches that area and rips off from there. If this area rips like that, then you can see that the buyer from here is still active today and they are still playing that game. Like I said earlier, small caps is all just a video game. It's a video game of who's got buying power and what type of game they want to play. That's the game that small caps play. Large cap is different. No matter how much buying power you have, to move Tesla, Nvidia, a retail trader can't do that. You're not doing that with your 100 shares on Nvidia. Forget it. You're not moving Nvidia with your 100 shares, right? But when hedge funds, big money comes into those stocks, those are the ones moving it. That's what makes that stock fun to trade for me, because there's not many games, tricks being played. It's a system. They're following their system. There's a buyer in action. There's a seller in action. Who's more powerful? Over here, there's a game. The game is I'm going to keep pumping the stock until I'm happy, until volume comes in, and then when volume comes in, all the size that I have, I'm just going to dump it on them. I'm going to dump it on them, and the last person to go long is an idiot. The last person to go long is my exit liquidity. Haha, joke's on you. I'm the game master, right? So when it comes to small caps, the game's completely different. I'm a little shaky with them. I do trade them, but I'm not the best at them. Disclaimer. Magnificent Seven. So let's quickly scroll through some of the Magnificent Seven stocks. Obviously, the market had a green day today. QQQ up 1.4, SPY up 1%, IWM with an insane bounce up. I called this long out for you guys. I said, how often have you seen IWM, QQQ, and the SPY go down 3 days in a row and actually bounce? Never. And not bounce, sorry, never. So we got that bounce. Now the question is, what happens after this bounce? Do sellers come back in? Do buyers rally this market even higher? So lots of questions over here. I think for the QQQ, we have a pretty easy, obvious answer. I expect QQQ to reject right off of the previous all-time high into this orange line that I have marked out and have somewhat of a base here. Base out going into this range and wait for Apple, Nvidia, Tesla to report. Right? I expect the market to slow down in that range. Same thing with S&P 500. I expect market to slow down in this range and wait for Apple, Nvidia, Tesla to report. So I'm not too keen to look for a market trade like I was today. Simple. Tesla, someone mentioned to look at Tesla. Obviously, Tesla reports earnings tomorrow. I also told you that Tesla is looking very much like a, where is my drawing tool? Very much like a symmetrical triangle. So once we get that symmetrical triangle break out or a breakdown on the earnings report, we got a action to play off of. But until then, I'm going to be hands off. Also, I don't like trading before earnings report. It's an absolute gamble. You don't know what you don't know, right? I think Socrates or Plato, whoever said it, you simply don't know what you don't know. And if that's the case, why even go out there and put risk, right? This doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, for one of the viewer in the chat who was in here earlier, he mentioned he was long at 170, or she, they, whatever you identify yourself as. They mentioned that they were long at 170, which is actually an amazing long, right? I would hold that a little bit and see what happens into the earnings report. If you weren't long 170 and you were long somewhere here, I would urge you to possibly cover some and then make sure you're using stops and being active when the report comes out on Thursday or tomorrow after hours, right? So watch out for Tesla. I'm going to be more than happy not touching Tesla tomorrow, and then I'll diddle with Tesla all I want for the next few days after the report. So watching how this one reports. We'll dive through the report tomorrow 8 o'clock, so make sure you tune in. We're going to use Benzinga to read the report. The link for Benzinga, along with my other two affiliate sponsors, Trade Ideas and TraderSync, in the link below. If you're on YouTube, if you're on X or on Twitch, it's in my description. Go check it out. Go check it out. Go check it out. Semiconductor stocks, obviously Nvidia had a bounce today. AMD had a bounce today. SOXL, which is a semiconductor 3 times leverage ETF long, had a 12% move up. So SOXX. And the semiconductor ETF itself had a 4% bump up to the north side. So semiconductors a little in play. They've always been in play, right? They've always been in play. It's good to see Nvidia bounce off of 117. That post-split low is being respected again. So it's good to see Nvidia bouncing off of 117. Let's see if Nvidia can get back to 127. That's the magic number for Nvidia. If you get to 127, I expect some selling opportunities over there because that's been somewhat of a level as a support previously, and then it turned into a resistance, and then it turned into a support, and now it's turning back into a resistance. So let's see how 127 plays on the pops for NVDA. Bitcoin had a red day today, but it wasn't like doomsday red, right? It wasn't doomsday red. So nothing really to cry about on that side. Coinbase pushing into a double top, triple top, and actually cracking above that a little bit. Possibly watching Coinbase for the next few days. Mara held 23 again. Mara held 23 again. So looking for a long off of Mara of 23 over here, and Riot still lagging. Riot has always been a lagger. I actually have an alert just below $13. So if Riot actually goes to 13, I'm looking to see if I can short 13. And if Riot breaks 13 and finds buyers above 13, then I'm looking to get long Riot because it's been lagging in the cryptocurrency basket. And ladies and gentlemen, whew, I actually finished the watch list. That's crazy. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. We finished the watch list. Josh is heading out. Take care, Josh. I appreciate the love, brother. They'll all be robots and AI soon. Inhumane working conditions. What are you guys talking about? I move forward, though. You do move forward. But no, you don't move forward. You think you're moving forward, but you're just on the right trade, and a big buyer is helping you. You're not moving forward. No way you're moving forward. You're not trading 10,000 shares of Ford. Simply not. That's exactly what I did with Tesla. Up 75% on 144 entry. Trim and hold 15% for the gamble. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Love this market. I'm short Palantir, Ford, BAC, and Snow, but long Domino's Pizza and Crowdstrike, even held overnight. You went long Crowdstrike tonight? Yeah, I mean, you could get a bounce tomorrow, but if 270 does not hold as a support, I don't know how much of a bounce you're getting on Crowdstrike tomorrow. I just don't know how much of a bounce you're getting on Crowdstrike if 270 does not hold. All right, let's go to the economic calendar. Nothing on the economic calendar except for the 10 o'clock. We got existing home sales at 10 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we have 2-year auction note. A little important, but not that important. So once again, a dead economic calendar. So let's just see if the market itself, if the semiconductors, if the Magnificent Seven help out our market to go back to the north side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the stream for tonight. We have some IPOs coming out on the 24th of January. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on a very, very, very special day tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very special day. You guys will find out why tomorrow. But yeah, we'll discuss these IPOs. LINE, Lineage, never heard of that. $4 billion IPO, never heard of Lineage, but okay, Lineage. OS, OneStream, okay. And we got one on the 25th, Concerta Group Holdings parent. So we'll do these researches for the next few days. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to tune in. Maybe we go to full screen here and beg for likes and subscribes and all that fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I work very hard, and I would love for you to hit that like and subscribe. It would make me very happy if you hit that like and subscribe. Also, check out my affiliate sponsors. All the links should be in the description or in the bio, depending on the platform you're watching. Also, I'll just throw it in the chats right now. Click on the links in the chat, and you will be able to you will have access to all my social media and my affiliate sponsors. Check them out. I would appreciate you if you did that. But just hit the like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. That would mean the world to me. Thank you, everyone who have done so already. And that is the stream for today. I know I said that like 5 times already, but that is the stream for today. Now, let's go play some chess. And call it a day. Call it a day. Give us a hint, says TH. What? Give you a hint about what? Give you a hint about what? I traded 15k shares of Ford before. In one lot? In like one long 15 shares total? 15k shares total? I call bullshit. Nah, I mean, I can see you doing that. I can see you. How much buying power even is that? $210,000? You have $210,000 in your buying account? Yo, Momo's rich, guys. Momo, where do you live? Momo, what's your address so we can come rob you? I mean, why am I surprised? I have like $2 million in my trading account, but I just didn't expect anyone in my chat to have that type of buying power, especially for a retail trader. Because, I mean, if you're good at trading, why would you watch me? I'm joking. The Rook's secret admirers. Give us a hint about tomorrow's surprise. Oh. You'll see. You'll see tomorrow. If you were in my Discord, TH, which you're not, you would see that the hint was already given in my Discord early morning. But yeah, you'll see what it is tomorrow. Don't worry. The Rooks. Huh? That was it? That sucks. That sucks. Give us a hint. Is that the hint? What's no. You'll see. You'll see. I don't want to ruin it, dude. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Le surprise. Ooh, that's not it. The fuck. Habibi, what? Oh, that's there. I need music. Where's Dider music? Dider music. I don't even mean to do that. Surprises are better. Yeah, exactly, dude. Just wait for tomorrow. It's gonna be. It's nothing major, guys. It's nothing major. Don't worry about it. It's nothing major. It's just a special day. Why is that the right answer? Oh, I don't lose my queen. Stupid. These are easy, bro. Oh, so my rating dropped. That's why. My rating's dropping hard. Oh, it's because I'm taking too long to do the puzzles. That's why. It's because I'm talking. Okay. What do I have to play? Black? Okay, black. White. Bang! Back to 900, baby! Alright, no more talking when doing puzzles, chat. No more talking when doing puzzles. Special day, losing your V card? That's never happening. That's never happening. But if I knew I was gonna lose my V card... Wait, how would you know that you're gonna lose your V card a day earlier? Unless, like, you paid for, like, a prostitute or something, right? Like, yeah. What the fuck? No, tomorrow's a special day. It's a special day. Prad, have a great day. See you tomorrow. Is tomorrow your birthday? Damn it, John. John killed the surprise. John killed the surprise. John, what the hell? Oh, I should have done this. That's good. Oh my god, I'm a genius! Chat, we hit a new PR. A new personal record. 573, chat. 573. We're gonna get back to 800 very soon. I honestly did not think this was possible. I'm being honest with you. When I had 200, I did not think I could get back to 800. And we're at 573, chat. Woo! Let's go! And that is amazing. One and done. First game of the day. Win. Make San Juan from Mexico rage quit. Rage quit. Usually we're the ones who rage quit. We make him rage quit. We're gonna call it on a one and done today because I'm tired, chat. I'm tired. Let's go back to the full cam. It's been a good hour and 18 minutes of streaming today. Mostly stocks and a little bit of chess. Hopefully you have fun, because I for sure did. Today's stream felt a lot of fun for me. I don't know why, it just felt fun. I felt like I had a lot to talk about, and it felt smooth. It felt like, it smelled like butter. Usually it's very laggy and glitchy because my mind's all over the place, but today felt smooth, smelled like butter. Hopefully you enjoyed what I had to talk about. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Tesla, Google, and all the other fun stuff. So make sure you tune in, hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out my sponsors. And last but not least, have a great rest of your night, whatever's left. I know it's late. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me late at night. So get some rest because tomorrow is going to be a banger day on the market. So good luck. I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock. TraderPrad out. Wait, we didn't even play the outro. God damn it. We didn't even play the outro. TraderPrad out. See you guys. Until next time. Where's my fade to black button? Fade to black. Peace.
Today, so pretty good moves across the board. Tech basket get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day. So let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow, as you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.